This is United Kingdom Talk with Chris Reardon.
Morning, gang. It's Saturday morning, Saturday the 14th of November 2020. Good morning and a warm welcome along to this morning's United Kingdom Talk, coming to you from Bracknell in Royal Berkshire. I think we should start actually with a weather warning, boys and girls. Warning, 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 because the bloke on the telly said this. I think it was a bloke on the telly this morning. Little Naga was there, and Misery Guts Charlie. Oh, hi, Charlie. He's so miserable, isn't he? But the weather person, I can't remember if it was a girl or boy, said there were going to be strong winds tomorrow in the south. I'm very concerned of the people on the Isle of Wight. It's all right here. I'm in the middle of land here. You know, there's no, sea or anything, but the Isle of Wight is tiny. Do you know the Isle of Wight? Those of you who are outside the UK may not know the Isle of Wight. It is it's about 3 inches square, the Isle of Wight, although it's not square. Don't think that it's like that. No, it's kind of like that. It's almost like a little heart shape. I think there's a lot of love going on the Isle of Wight. Pampas grass everywhere. There is an awful lot of love going on the Isle of Wight. You can't walk home to your hotel without someone grabbing you and pushing you. Oh, no. If there was anything like that, I'd be straight over there, to be honest. I think there's a lot of love on the Isle of Wight. If you have a look at the map of the Isle of Wight, which, as I say, is approximately 3 inches square, but not in a square shape, 3 inches in area. It's no bigger than that. It's like a little heart. It goes kind of like that. I wish I'd bought a little map up. If only I'd prepared even longer than I did. But it's only 2 inches square. Now, it's all very well here. You know, if we get some high winds here, okay, the trees bend over like that. Sometimes they fall over. Sometimes they snap at the top and large branches come crashing down on people's heads. But we might get blown a little bit over, but we don't fall off. You see, this is the problem with the people on the Isle of Wight. Very dangerous. Bit of wind there, whoosh, you're blown into the sea. There's nowhere to go. I think there's 1 or 2 trees on the actual island. And all the people from the Isle of Wight, when there are high winds forecast, rush to these trees and grab them and hold on for dear life. I feel sorry for them. Very, very dangerous place, the Isle of Wight. Anyway, there are high winds forecast for tomorrow morning, boys and girls, and tomorrow afternoon. They said on the telly on BBC Breakfast, ba-ba-ba-ba-ba, with Naga Munchetti and some other bloke who's pretty insignificant on there with her this morning. They were saying up to 60-mile-an-hour winds tomorrow. It's so dangerous, dear. Practically a hurricane on the Isle of Wight. You say, oh, all the Americans are watching now. Oh, well, it's not really a hurricane, is it? Have you been to the Isle of Wight? It's all very well you sitting there in America, 200-mile-an-hour winds, while you're sitting there in the middle of Texas. I mean, you're not going to fall off, are you? The people on the Isle of Wight, very dangerous. People on the Isle of Wight will fall off the island tomorrow. I mark my words. You watch the news tomorrow. Come on, it'd probably be headline. It would be even above the news stories about Donald Trump. Oh, I don't want to go. Oh, I don't want to go. Please let me stay. I want to stay. I don't want to go. I don't want to go. It'd be even above Donald Trump stories or, you know, people in hospitals with masks on with the coronavirus. Even above there will be the stories of people being blown off the Isle of Wight tomorrow due to high winds. Warning, warning, high winds alert. High winds alert. So do be very careful if you're on the Isle of Wight. I would recommend you leave there immediately today and come onto the mainland. Be safe. Don't take that risk. Stay at home, but in someone else's homes on the mainland. It's got to have the hashtag in front of it, haven't it? Or the young people. They can't speak normally, can they, young people anymore? Everything has to have a hashtag in front of it. What's with that about? Why do you have to have, as Martin Butler calls it, a hashtag? I don't know if he's watching this morning. I was watching my brother-in-law this morning. And he clearly doesn't know, because clearly he's not gay. But he did this, look, he said, and he said, hashtag like that, right? And I watched it. And of course, if you're gay, you will know that is some of the movements to some of the Steps tunes. I'm a deeper shade of blue. And I thought any moment now he's going to go into a Steps routine. I knew it. It's always the quiet ones, dear. You married my sister, but it's clear by me which way you're going, my dear. Please don't upset her. Please don't upset her. He goes, look, I've just made that up, a hashtag. He doesn't know. He doesn't know. It's one of the little movements you do in step songs. You ask the gays here. Oh, I'm the only one you know, aren't I? Well, so we think anyway. Who knows where you go when you go on those long walks? I don't know. I'm a deeper shade of blue. Look it up. Anyway, good morning to you, gang. A few texts coming in this morning. Good morning to George Bond. Hello to Paul Cornwall. Had a great show last night. Thank you very much, Paul. He enjoyed all the music. Should be more hours like that. Well, I'll be doing a daily show on Reach On Air. At the moment, the times are a little bit all over the place. I have my calendar here. I'm nearly on the last one. Look, the next Reach On Air show will be Monday at 10 o'clock, then Tuesday at 8 a.m. I'm kind of wishing I hadn't put that one in. I can't lie to you. Why on earth would someone want to get up? For that, I'll have to get up at 6:45. That's early. I mean, I used to get up at 7:15. Right, 6:45 is a bit early, but there we are. I'll leave it in and see what happens. Then Wednesday, 7 p.m, Friday, 9 a.m, and then the next week it's a bit similar. But I'm pleased to reveal live and exclusively on this programme today. No one else has heard this. Well, I don't know if I should tell you. Should I tell you? Yes, I will reveal this exclusive piece of information. I will be on reachonair.com from Wednesday, the 9th of December. I have the slot 10 till 11 a.m. Very pleased with that. That's actually the one I asked for. But you see, other people have got little shows in. So obviously, you can't take it away from people once they got it. That's unfair. I would never want that. I wouldn't want that. That being said, that is kind of, if you were in the real world of, it's a bit naughty to say that really. If you were on like some of the big stations, that's how it happens. Literally. They give someone else your job. They don't tell you until you've finished your last show. And it's could you come in the office and say, well, it's never happened to me like that. When I did radio in London, I was on Liberty Radio. It's not on anymore. It's funny that, isn't it? Generally, when I do these entertainment jobs, generally what happens is that the place closes shortly after they take me on. I don't know why that is. No idea why that is. But they told me, it must have been 6 weeks. They said, look, we've got a date here. We've got some new equipment coming in. We're getting rid of all the overnight people. Just to let you know, thank you very much. Normally what happens is that you finish a show. Could you come into the office, please? And then you go into the office. Really sorry to tell you, we're letting you go now. And that's how it works. Very sad, really. I'd hate to take someone else's job like that. Yeah, it's not fun, not fair. But this is not like a paid thing, as you know. So I requested if you've got the 10 till 11 slot, and I can have that apparently from the 9th of December. All right, so it'd be 10 to 11 every Monday to Friday from the 9th of December. Before that, I'm on there, but all over the place. Next one is Monday at 10 o'clock. So thanks so much to Paul in Cornwall for mentioning that there. Good morning to Gavin Bass. He enjoyed the show as well last night. Thank you, Gavin. I'm glad you did. Hello to the delightful Mark Bowles, who says hello to everyone this morning. Shania, excellent news. Shania's paying full attention. Shania, as she always does. Has there ever been a single complaint about Shania? I don't think there has. No, don't think there has at all. Sherry has just texted in, Shania and I, this is probably from Simon, are going to evacuate the island as we come past Royal Berkshire. Can we use your loo? No, you can't use my loo. It's out of order. Not available, I'm afraid. My loo is out of order. Well, it should have been last night after my mate used it. He came out of there, quickly closed the door and told me not to go in there for half an hour. It's disgusting. Using my toilet. Not on, is it, really? Morning to John Parrish joining us. And there's Sherry DMP. Morning, Sherry. I watched your show as well this morning while I was getting ready. Sherry's latest video, you can look it up on YouTube, Sherry DMP, is how to make Filipino bread. I wasn't quite sure what this was, really. You know, because you buy English bread and Filipino bread and Spanish bread and, I don't know, Jamaican bread, whatever, right? But it still speaks the same language, doesn't it? I was very, very impressed with your tongue this morning, Sherry. Sorry, I mean the way you use it to talk different languages. She introduces her show and finishes her show with about 200 different languages saying goodbye and hello. Wonderful. I mean, it's not actually much time for the show by the time she's gone through all these languages saying hello to everyone. Very, very good. You come across as a very intelligent person. Why did you marry him? Wouldn't you have gone for someone suitably the same of intelligence as yourself? Oh well, each and every one to their own. But she did Filipino bread. Now, she was saying on her video, if I may refer to my notes that I made some moments ago, she was saying that you have to do 210 degrees in the oven. Where is it now? There it is. I was very impressed, incidentally. I noticed a United Kingdom Talk sticker. Oh, yes, above that light switch. The one that seems to have been cleaned since I last saw it in the living room. Very good. They're living in a caravan at the moment, which is I honestly think living in a caravan is a fantastic way to live. It really is. Nothing wrong with it at all. I love it. I mean, in the winter, can be a bit cold, unless you've got one of the residential spec ones, which I haven't got. You can put heating in. It costs you just a little bit more, unfortunately. But she was saying 210 degrees in the oven. Now, I've got to say to you, Sherry, if your caravan goes up to... Is it raining out there? Christ, it's not. I've got dark out there. Here, look. Look how dark that is. Isn't it dark out there? Rain's coming down. Look at that. I have to say to you, Sherry, if your caravan oven gets to 210 degrees centigrade, you've got a blooming good oven, because mine don't get anywhere near that. I remember doing roast potatoes when I first got the caravan a couple of years ago, and I put them in, right, an hour later I'm waiting for them to go to brown. It just doesn't seem to get to the temperature. But then, after watching the end of your video a second time, I looked like one of those little things that come out of a bread machine. Was it a bread machine you were using, I wonder? Because they are fantastic. Deadly if you want to lose weight, but they are very, very good. I have had 2 bread machines. The last one I got was, it's got to be over 10 years old, is a Panasonic. Got a Panasonic bread machine, which I used for some time. Very successful with the bread in there. But the weight, oh my God, it just piles on. Because what happens is that you make the bread, and then you're supposed to put it on the rack to cool down for, I don't know, hour or so, whatever it is. Okay? But it don't quite work like that. You know, that bread comes out and you want to eat it immediately, and half a loaf goes. I kid you not. They are deadly if you're trying to lose weight. Don't buy a bread machine. So I had this Panasonic one. Last time I went to Cyprus, which was around this time last year, I think it was now, to see my niece who's over there on a 3-year thing. They're coming to their last year. Can you believe that? It's their last year next year in Cyprus. I tell you what, they're going to miss that. Oh, it's wonderful there. It's so slow, the pace of life. It really is. Anyway, so food there is very expensive. A loaf of bread can cost you 4 or 5 quid. I kid you not. Seriously. So I took the bread machine out to her and gave it to her. She makes her own bread. But 210 degrees centigrade in in a caravan oven, I think you'd be pushing it to get something like that. Let's see if she's just text there. It's all right. She's not responded to that. I think you've got a bread machine now. I can't believe you're getting 210 degrees in that oven. She says, here we go. I used an oven, Chris. The bread tasted really delicious. My diet's gone out the window. Well, my darling, you wouldn't know, Sherry. Look at your stand. I could barely see you. You're so thin. I'm looking at the telly, looking at Sherry DMP. Where is she? I could hear these different tongues coming out, in all the different languages. I can't see. And there she was, right in the middle of the screen, like a stick insect. Don't tell me about your diet, darling. You don't need to go on a diet. I do. Morbidly obese Chris sitting here in front of you this morning. Terrible. Good morning to Denise Andrews. Morning, Denise. Glad you enjoyed the radio show last night, Denise. Thank you, Denise. Yes, and the other bit there, which I'll do a little bit later there, Denise. Thanks very much. And she's pleased to see us back on YouTube. What we're going to do with our little live YouTube channel, okay, we're going to be here every morning. I thought it was better to give you a regular time so you know. I am fully aware about sort of throwing in a show now and again. I know a lot of you have got the little notifications thing switched on, so that kind of gives you a ping. But it's nice to know when it's going to happen, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? So I've set a time for 10 o'clock on Saturday mornings. Just one show a week at the moment. All right, my darlings. And that's the only sort of live YouTube thing I'll be doing. A very good morning to Maureen, watching in London today. Hello to Maureen as well. John Parrish says, thanks for doubting my intellect, dear. She married me for my money. Title was baking bread. Married you for the money? Well, 1 minute. You make me laugh, you do. 1 minute you're telling us... that you've got no money, as indicated by the £1 super chats. We got poor people sending a fiver now and again. You can't send super chats now. Not without the chat box. That ain't going on again. Absolutely not. You think I was sitting here smiling at the beginning of the week? You're not doing that again, sunshines. I'm smiling now because I'm happy. I'm happy again. Hello, Chris. I forgot to put my name. Alton... got bread cooking as I type. See, he makes bread as well. Alton Andrews, my very good friend, Alton Andrews. I thought he was on the radio at the moment. Is he not on doing a show this morning, 9 till... maybe I've got that wrong there. I thought he was doing a radio show this morning. Those of you that enjoyed the Reach show last night, just a reminder, you can get that on your Amazon devices. It's ever so easy. What you have to do is enable a skill. All right? You do that. Most of you will know how to do that. I know that. But if you've got an Amazon device, like a speaker, something that's called Alexa. If you've got one of those, okay, go on your app on your mobile phone. I wonder what I did with my mobile phone this morning. I think I've left it downstairs. My divorce from the mobile phone is going quite well. I've removed Facebook from the mobile phone. You've got to do it. I'm serious. You've got to do it. All right. So now and again, if you want to you take a photo. I don't know what you like. I take a photo, quickly upload it. Let me tell you, no one's really interested. They're not bothered. You put a photo up there. Might as well wait till you get home. Why have you got to do it like that instantly? I haven't got to do it. So if I want to, I'll plug my phone into here. Transfer the photos and up it go. It's a little bit more long-winded, but it means I'm no longer attached to the phone. Wonderful. Wonderful. My divorce from the phone is going quite well. It really is. I am now able to watch entire television programmes without being constantly not interfered with. Oh, I should be so lucky. Is anyone interested in a little bit of interference today at all? I'm interested in interference at all times, boys and girls. All times. And I'm not picking it up all the time. You see, because there's no reason to pick it up anymore. Wonderful. And once or twice a day, I come up here to do some of my work, whether it's music work. I've been downloading a lot of new songs at the moment because I'm a bit out of touch with the new songs, including, as played for the millions of listeners last night, Siren Beat. Ba ba ba. Ba 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 ba. Rachel would know all about that one. Rachel is queen of TikTok on this channel. Yes, she is. Anyway, so you get your to get your smart speaker to work and listen to the radio show on there. All you do is you get your little Alexa app, open it up, you push on, but I think it's bottom right hand corner is like settings or something, and then look for skills. Click on skills and search for Reach on Air. There's a little button next to it. Click it and it will instantly be enabled, and then close it. And then you can just go to your smart speaker and say the magic word, Alexa. Or you might have Echo or Amazon. Some people use those ones as well, I think. Just go to your speaker and say, Alexa, play Reach on Air. Now, speak clearly with that, because it can decide that you've actually said something else. I'm having great difficulty, for some strange reason, with the one in the kitchen. The one in the bedroom's fine. The one in the living room's fine. But when I ask the one in the kitchen to play, Alexa, play Reach on Air, it plays various different songs with the similar words in it. Isn't that strange and mysterious? So that's how you do it. Also, if you've got the little Google speaker, that will work as well, okay? It plays out on those speakers, which I think is fantastic. And that's, I think, really what internet radio has been waiting for. The fact that you can now listen to many of these stations on your little smart speakers. Fantastic. Isn't it clever? You think it's clever? And there's no wires connected to these speakers, is there? I mean, there's power, but that's about it. Anyway, there we are. That's how you do it, okay? My next Reach on Air show will be Monday morning at 10 o'clock. A very good morning to Jeff Burley. Good morning, Jeff, up there in Sheffield. Can't resist warm bread and butter. There you go, you see. Warm bread and butter. Oh, my God. I mean, it's better than toast, isn't it? Warm bread and butter just out of the oven or bread machine is absolutely better than toast. Really is. Mandy Davenport's there. Good morning to Mandy. Morning to Mandy, head of pain and suffering on this channel. Not much for you to do now there, Mandy. We'll have to decide on a new job for you, my darling. A new job there. Okay, right. Let's have a look. A film I watched on Thursday night, boys and girls. If you like war films and you like supernatural films, it's got it all, this one. It's called Ghosts of War. That's my latest Netflix film viewing. Okay, and it's very, very good. Do you know what? I think I haven't taken my pill. Can I just leave you with a touch of music? I've just remembered my pill's downstairs and I've forgotten to take it. I'll be back in a sec. 1 minute now. Taken it after all, wasn't it? I had taken it. The little box is empty where that pill is, so I must have taken it earlier. I forgot. Very important. Take them on time, dear. Then you won't die. All right. So Ghosts of War. That's the latest film on Netflix, and it's about this. What do you call them? A group of soldiers, and about 5 or 6 of them. I can't. There's a name for those, isn't there? Not a batty. Oh, well, anyway, there's like this group of 5 soldiers, and they've gone to this house to relieve some other. Not like that. they've gone to this house, to a big house in America. I think it's in America. They've gone to this big house to relieve people who were already there. So they get to this house. And the other people that are already there can't wait to get out. So they relieve them. And then they're there and odd things happen in the house. That's all I'll say, because I don't want to give the game away, because the film hasn't been up there for very long. And you may well want to watch it, all right? So give that one a go. If you like war films and you like kind of horror supernatural films, that's one for you, and it's very good. Ghosts of War, now available on Netflix. I also, at last, completed the wonderful series that I've gone on and on about for the last few months called Ratched. Okay, Ratched. That's about this mad doctor and his mentally disturbed patients, and a nurse called Nurse Ratched. I think it's Ratched or Ratched. It's fantastic. You'll love the outfits. It's so well dressed, and the blue car is to die for in this. Boys, if you like cars, you want to see that car. It's fantastic, okay? So that's Ratched. I've just come to the end of that. I don't know if there's going to be a second series of that. I hope so. What are you watching at the moment? Any suggestions on the Netflix at all? Stuff that you're watching at the moment, perhaps, and what it's about? There we are. And then last night, my mate came over, as I say, last night, and we watched Discovery, the latest episode of Discovery, which I would say it was a bit timid. I thought it wasn't as good as the last ones that I've been watching. Episode 5, I think it was last night. DJ Chris. Is it a troop of soldiers, Rachel? No, not troop. That's not the word I'm looking for. Troop. Oh, gosh. No, troop would be like a lot of them. No, there's only about 4 or 5. I can't remember what the word is now. It doesn't matter anyway. Don't matter. Yes, it wasn't the best episode of Discovery we watched by far. In fact, it was probably, out of all the Star Treks we've recently been watching, it's probably the one we thought, oh, is that it? You know, a little bit like that. DJ Chris said it was one of the best episodes. I don't think so. He said it was really sad. Well, I didn't have a tear in my glass eye last night after watching that. Although we didn't get to watch it straight away, so he timed to come over last night. I said I'll be finishing the radio show about 8. Well, at 8 o'clock. So 8:05, he arrives, doesn't he? And we're all ready to go, all ready to watch the telly. And I said to him, I'll do some chips in the oven. I've opened the cupboard door. There's no potatoes. All I've got is the little mini, you know, like where you do roast potatoes. You know, the miniature potatoes. I like those, don't you? Don't tell anyone. I have a whole packet of those. It's a lot, isn't it? Sometimes I struggle to eat them, but I open the packet and just pour them onto the baking tray. Oh, delicious. Little mini roast potatoes. Done in the Slimming World side. They're not put in grease or anything. You just put them in the oven. Quick spray with that spraying fried light, whatever it's called. And then in the oven. About 20-25 minutes. I bet Sherry does nice roast potatoes. No, I'm not going to say it. I know there's someone sitting there at the moment who thinks I'm going to talk about their, see, not indicating that it's male or female, their roast potatoes. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. But they're delicious. But I opened the cupboard. Didn't have any normal sized potatoes. I said, oh, I'm really sorry. Oh, that's all right. We'll go to Aldi. Because we intended to go to Aldi last night anyway, but after we'd had the chips and the Discovery, so we went before. And I'll be honest, it was a little bit busier than I wanted it to be. It wasn't packed, don't get me wrong, it wasn't like a Saturday morning, but there were more people in there than I like there to be in a shop at the moment when I go shopping. When I say more people, there was no more than 1 or 2 people in each aisle, but that was too many for me. When I go to the shop, generally it's like 9:30, 9:40 at night, on the last knock-ins, so you need to know what you want. None of this browsing going on, right? And that's it, I'm out. And there'd be like 5 people in the whole shop. Skegness Aldi is actually my favourite supermarket at the moment. Skegness Aldi on a Wednesday night, 9:30, you'd be the only customers in there. Wonderful. Wonderful. And everything's nice and neat. Because all the little staff, they work very hard in Aldi, don't they? Don't you think? All doing up all the stuff and all that business. Very, very good. So we went in there last night and I picked up some potatoes. You see, I went in the night before. When I went in the night before, there were like, as I say, there were about 5 people in the whole store. I had all this shopping. I had 4, but this is the cheapness of Aldi, right? I had 4 bags of shopping on Thursday night. Thanks very much. That's £24, please. 4 bags. Was it £6 a bag? And these were full up bags. I had to stop 3 times walking them home. Not getting the car out of the garage, dear. We can't afford to put petrol in the garage, in the car. God's sake, man, you think I made the money? So, went in there. All I went in was for a bag of potatoes. Another 3 carrier bags full of stuff. He had 1 carrier bag of stuff because he went and bought a few bits and pieces. Incidentally, all the Christmas stuff is now out in Aldi. And they got some nice little bits and pieces in there. They have the most wonderful children's wooden toys. I don't know if children are all right with wooden toys anymore, but they just look wonderful in their little boxes and stacked up in the middle of all the frozen food or wherever. It's a very odd shop, isn't it, Aldi and Lidl? But that's how it. We're used to that now, aren't we? So they got all the they got Christmas lights there, little decorations. Have you got many decorations? How many Christmas decorations have you got? Boxes and boxes of them. I have hardly any. Hardly. My mate has a loft full of Christmas decorations. Every year he goes and spends another £100 or £200 on Christmas decorations. I kid you not. I've never seen so many Christmas decorations. And he gets to the point he has to give them away to make space for new ones. But he's not got like Christmas decorations like you and me. You know, little plastic baubles and stuff like that. He hasn't got none of that. These are glass. Honestly, he's got glass baubles. And each one is in a little box with tissue paper around it. And he takes it out carefully and hangs it on there. I mean, imagine having glass, I'm not being funny, glass baubles and owning 5 cats. Because you know what cats are like on Christmas trees, dear? They think they can climb up to the top. Down come all the baubles. I'm not allowed to go near his Christmas tree. He won't let me near it. Because I am a bit clumsy. I do knock things over quite with my nose usually, you know. Like that. If you invite me round to your house, take the vases off the shelves and put them away first. Because as I come round the corner, I knock stuff over with my nose like that. It's not a joke. He's got glass baubles, endless lights. He doesn't have tinsel. He thinks it's tacky. Won't have tinsel. Things hanging down. Beautiful. I mean, when he does the tree, he does his... I don't think he does his too early. Maybe 2 to 3 weeks before Christmas, I think he does it. And they buy a real one. It won't be like my one. Now, you've seen my Christmas tree. I've had it for years. Each year it comes out of its box. I take the little branches out like that. And I plug... The lights are on there already. I just plug it in. The top goes on the bottom. There's 2 bits. Bottom bit, top goes on there. Then you connect this little plug so that the lights go all the way up. And then you plug it in. Done. Not him. Last year, I don't know if I should tell you this. It might be, as a priest once said to me, our little secret. £75 on a Christmas tree spent last year. That's one Christmas tree. A real one. You know, from a Christmas tree place. They'll all be opening soon, won't they? The Christmas tree places. £75 on a Christmas tree. For 3 weeks use. And then they chuck it out. Some people have got more money than sense. But it looks fantastic. I'm not always one to praise my mate. Right? But his Christmas trees, when they go up, are to die for. Once he's decorated, he will spend hours decorating that. And if his other half, he comes along and puts something on, and as soon as he goes out of the room, he takes it off and moves it somewhere else. It all has to be symmetrical. Like my face. Symmetrical. Can you see a symmetrical face in front of you today? And that's how it works. Very, very good. Anyway, that's I don't know how we got onto Christmas trees. So, have you got many Christmas trees? Has anyone got any of those old fairy lights? You know, where you screw the bulbs in. Do you remember those? What a bleeding nightmare! You screw them all up, put them away, take them out, and they're all unscrewed again. How does that happen? Because the little elves do that. Elves do it. Or if you've got those old Christmas lights, I don't know anyone that's got those old Christmas lights anymore. When I was a little boy, these lights used to fail, didn't they? Before they brought out those special bulbs so that if the filament went, it shorted itself and then the others would carry on lighting, albeit slightly brighter. Well, if you did that enough times, the whole lot would just blow because there would be one bulb taking 240 volts. They were so dangerous, those old lights, I tell you. As a little boy, what I used to do, if a light failed, what I would do, because I didn't know anything about electricity. I was about 16. What I would do, no, I was younger than that, I think, maybe 14. If I noticed a bulb failed, I would, fortunately, I had the sense to unplug the damn thing. I would cut with a pair of scissors that bulb out, twist the wires together, tape it up and put them back on the tree. Oh, they look a little bit brighter. Then another one will go. Oh, they look even brighter. So each time you do that, the other bulbs are taking more and more of the power. So eventually the whole lot just go out. You're supposed to replace the bulbs. The LED ones, I mean, they look very pretty, but they're not the same, are they? These LED lights, now, they're not as good as you would think. The outdoor ones are supposed to be for outdoors. But I've got 2 sets now failing and I haven't been up for a year. Maybe you're only supposed to use them at Christmas. I don't know. Mine are on all the time. I've got a load going around my fence here. One section, not a section of light, but part of that section, like, say, so long, right? They failed. There's nothing on that section. So I've got all these lights going around and then that bit is now blank. So I'd have to replace the whole section. The trouble is, actually, I think I might have got them from the garden centre, Woodrofe Garden Centre, Woodcroft or whatever it is, near Mablethorpe. They might have come from there, in which case I'll go down there when I go back up to the caravan, whenever we're allowed to start moving again, of course. And then I'll get another set there. They must have come from there, because I was looking at my Amazon the other day and I can't find them anywhere. You know, couple of texts here. Good morning to Fran Green. Morning to Fran. Gavin went to do shopping yesterday. It was packed. I don't like it with all this virus. When did you go, Gavin? You shouldn't go during the daytime. They're all in there. Go at night, late at night, dear. 9:30 at night is the place to do it. A squad. That's it, Jeff. Thank you very much. We're talking about the army boys, just 4 or 5 boys. That's called a squad. Absolutely, it's called a squad. That's right, indeed. That's right. Let's have a look there. Congratulations also to John Parrish, or Sherry rather. She's got a new job. She got a new job. She was just out, right? Met someone who was an employer and talking to him. And he liked, I think it's something to do with cars. He liked her conversation so much, he just offered her a job there and then. How fantastic is that? Good luck to you, Sherry. At least you get away from him for a while. Christ, how can you sit in that caravan with him all those hours? Do my bleeding head in, that would. Morning to Rachel. There she is, our Rachel. A troop of soldiers. Could have been a troop or a squad. No, not troop. I think we did that, didn't we? Did troop. It wouldn't be troop. And Mark Bowles likes the word interfered with, or 2 words. I hope to be interfered with at some point. As you well know. So I don't know how many decorations you've had there. Let's just check the emails. We've got an email address as well this morning. Don't go too mad on the emails. We've got to wish someone a happy birthday. Lee Toby, if you're with us, can you let me know? Actually, no, don't need to do that, actually. Don't need to do that because he could well be watching a recording. The birthday thing at the end of the show, can't really do those now because we'd be here for half an hour doing a whole week's birthdays. Okay, so we've kind of dropped that now, all right? However, if you want a specific birthday sung or mentioned on a show for next week, I can do it on Saturday but just email me and let me know. No problem at all, okay? So we'd like to say hello to Lee Toby this morning and happy birthday to his niece, Sofia, who will be 6 years old tomorrow. What a happy time in your lives, isn't it? If you were lucky, and I was lucky, and my sister was very, very lucky, we had the most wonderful, wonderful, wonderful parents you could ever, ever dream about. Really. And I hope it was the same for you. I'm fully aware that it's not the same for everyone, but I hope it was the same for you. And 6 years old is certainly, I think, a happy time in people's lives. 6 years old. So, Sofia, Lee, your Uncle Lee, wants to wish you happy birthday, and so do we. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Sofia. Happy birthday to you. 6 years old. Not bad at all. Happy birthday, Sofia. Hope you got lots of nice presents and things like that. All right, my darling. Good morning. Oh, thank you to Ross Herndon. Good morning, Ross. Listening to Friday night show on Saturday afternoon. You can always listen to the old Reach On Air shows as well. They have a replay feature, okay? Have a look on reachonair.com. Familiarise yourself with that and you'll see it all the replay stuff is at the top there. I think it's something like what's at the top there? Get involved. Click on Get Involved and then it goes how to listen and then replays there somewhere. All right, my loves. Rachel's wishing that little girl happy birthday. There we go. That's nice, isn't it? Thank you, Rachel. Good morning to Michael Pullman. Good morning, Michael. Sending in an email this morning. Good morning to you, Michael. Welcome along to our little show there. Let's have a look there. Any other little emails there? I think that's all the emails on there. And Gavin says, I went to the Aldi. Our nearest one is March. Oh, is in March. March. Try that again, Gavin. I think you've misspelt there, mate. 20 minutes one way and again. Yeah, but it's not the time it takes you to get there, Gavin. What time do you go shopping? If you go like morning or afternoon, forget it, mate. It's going to be busy. Keep away from people. No disrespect to you, but like me, you're slightly overweight. You know? Not good. Got to go when it's quiet. You do not want to get this virus, my darling. Okay? George Bond has had macaroni cheese for breakfast. Are you for real? Macaroni cheese for breakfast. What's all that about? Morning to Leslie Ross in Northern Ireland. Morning, young Leslie. Hello to you there, my darling. Okay? Good. So that's the Christmas decorations. I said to you, Discovery wasn't so good. So as I say, we went to Aldi yesterday. I bought another 4 bags of shopping, which I do not need. I keep buying more shopping, and I don't need it. I've got a freezer full of stuff. It's rammed in there. And it's got to... I couldn't even open the top drawer. I was asking my sister about this the other day. Top drawer stuck. There's so much... Because I was supposed to defrost it. I haven't defrosted that freezer for years. And I wanted to do it this year. And back in March, I ran the food right down. Okay? And then we had the virus. I thought, you better fill up that freezer, boy. Because you don't know what's going to happen. We kept seeing these pictures of things being cleared off shelves, so I filled it up again. Now, can't get the top drawer open because of the ice. Although my mate came round last night, as I say, he managed to get it open by banging it a bit. You know. My sister says you've got to just defrost it a little bit. But the trouble is, it's full of stuff. Full of stuff. What I could do, I suppose, really, is wait for like a really cold night or something like that. And literally put the drawers of stuff out in the garden. I've done that before. But it would need to be really cold because inside that freezer it's like minus 25, isn't it? Well, you don't get minus 25 outside here. It's not like Canada, fortunately. Never mind. Oh, I've got a message here from Amazon. What's that say? Oh, my stuff's coming today. I've started doing Christmas shopping. Three children's gifts are arriving today. I won't tell you what they are in case they're sitting there watching it. 3 children's gifts are arriving today. Very, very exciting. I may have a little play with the toys. Would they notice if I took them out of the bag and had to play with them first? Maybe they would. So we got back from Aldi, 4 bags of shopping. Again, I'd stopped twice because my fingers were going white where the handles were. Sprayed everything when I got it in with the antivirus spray. Everything has to be sprayed or washed when it comes into this house. Certain items go in the decontamination chamber, which is round the corner outside the house at the back. Then I washed my hands meticulously and done the chips. Then we sat down and watched Discovery. It was very good. Then I walked home with him to do a bit more exercise. I walked back here and I'm very pleased to announce yesterday I did 21,000 steps. 21,000 steps. My target each day is 10,000. Yesterday I did double that, so I'm well pleased with that. My steps are going really well, the walking. All right. Good morning to Diane Jebb. A very good morning to you, Diane. Welcome, Diane. Welcome to the show, my love. Thanks for texting in there. And hello to Gary Ross. Glad you got a regular slot on the radio. I'm glad you enjoyed the songs last night. Any chance of singing a song? What, today? There's so much to do, really. The thing is, we're just doing one show a week. They might be a bit long. Might be a bit long because there's so much to talk about. The whole week now, I write little bits. Look, here, look. This is since, I kid you not, this is since Thursday. Right, and there's all this. There's another bit here. And there's all these news stories. I haven't done any of them yet. But that's the thing with just doing once a week. There's so much to get through, Something else I watched this morning, of course, Martin and Shara's Butler's Empire channel. I have never seen someone cut the grass so quickly. My sister was going up and down with the lawnmower. In between, that was during the same time, I think, as Martin was doing the actions to steps. I'm a deeper shade of blue. While he was doing that, she was mowing the lawn. She was so fast. She was going round it, and they were going round in a circle. She weren't going up and down. She kind of went round like this and ended up in the middle, which I thought was a bit odd. I'd go up and down, but there we are. That's how she did it. But she was so fast. I don't think she realised she went over the dog twice. But there's a naked dog walking around now. She didn't even see the dog. Good on you, Sharon. Sister in the garden in there. Let's have a look there. And then, the other indication on my brother-in-law, right? There was a homophobic remark on the show today. I'm sorry there was. 1 minute, he's doing the actions to steps and a deeper shade of blue. The next minute, a parcel arrives with nail varnish in it. And he said, I don't want anything to do with that. I will have to class that as a homophobic comment. I'm afraid you will be reported to YouTube for that. Homophobic doesn't want anything to do with nail varnish. That's what my brother-in-law said on his show. I couldn't believe it. There in full view of his gay brother-in-law. I don't want anything to do with nail varnish. He said it. I heard it with my own ears. Shocking. Homophobic comment. I mean, how these people are getting away with it. I think I should form a protest about that. I'm going to go round his house and stick myself to the lamppost outside his house. Or one of the wheelie bins. They got so many wheelie bins. All different colours. Is it like a diversity thing going up in Lincolnshire at the moment, is there? Is Extinction Rebellion up there at the moment, demanding that each house has several different coloured bins outside it on wheels? I think that is the case, yes. So that's the nail varnish. Let's have a look. And my nephew Gary, he's got a new thing, refurbishing alloy wheels. That's his latest program there. Now let me see. My breakfast was frozen this morning. Yeah, I think when I was putting the stuff away from Aldi last night, I have overnight oats, which is like yogurt and little bits of porridge and berries in there. Or no, apples at the moment. I'm doing chopped up apples at the moment, and I put it in the fridge. I don't do the apple till the morning. I always wash my apples. Do you? I get a bit of hand wash, wipe it around the apples, and then put it under the tap for a few 10, 20 seconds, and give it a good rub. Get any sort of dirt off there or anything like that. But I took my overnight oats with the yogurt out and I put the apple in. Then when I tried to stir it, I realised the yogurt had frozen. And I went back in the fridge and I had the fridge up to maximum 6. But there was an item next to it, so I think what's happened, and I've done that before, you've put something in the fridge and knocked the little circular thing that you change the temperature with to number 6. So a load of stuff had gone frozen in there. So I opened the door for a couple of minutes and turned it back down to 4.5, which I normally have it on like that. Talking of breakfast, there he was, old Charlie on there this morning. Naga Manchetti was there, beautiful as always. Then old Misery Guts Charlie is there. Now, they want to put a bit more makeup on his face. He looks really old on the telly, don't you think? Charlie. It's a shame, really, because it's a nice name. I don't think you identify the word or the name Charlie with a miserable person. It's usually like a happy person. Remember Charlie Brown, the cartoon character? But there he was on there, and they're interviewing one of the MPs, right? What are they interviewing about? What are they interviewing about, eh? The economy? No, not the economy. No. Was he being interviewed about the latest virus activities? No, nothing like that. Was he interviewing about the trade deal with the Europeans? No, not that either. They were interviewing about Dominic Cummings, right? And why he left 10 Downing Street through the front door and not one of the others. That was basically the main part of the interview. Are you for real? Who's producing these programmes? He went on and on about the fact that Dominic Cummings had come out of the number 10 Downing Street through the front door with a cardboard box instead of some secret side door somewhere or an underground door. Now, how you would leave a property through an underground door, I do not know, because it would be underground. So how do you get... at some point, you must come up again, I suppose. I mean, does he come up one of those... those metal things in the middle of the roads? Is that how that happens? Maybe you come out of Downing Street, there's a secret door. I would like to go there and meet Boris. Or any Prime Minister that's in at the time, except Jeremy Corbyn. I think that boat's sailed now, though, Jezza, isn't it, darling? Don't worry. You tried so hard, Jezza. You go and sit down and have a little cup of tea. Have a little digestive biscuit, dear. Put your feet up in front of loose women or something like that. That'd turn you on, wouldn't it, my darling? Poor old soul, bless him. Maybe you can have another bit of fun with Diane Abbott. Oh, yeah, we know that story, darling. Don't worry about it, my love. It's not a secret. Diane Abbott. Hello, Diane. How are you today? How many times did you get with Jeremy? Now, let me see. I think it was 200. I don't know. I mean, but what we do say is that he was a very, very nice man to me. I bet he was, my love. Oh, imagine doing it with Jeremy Corbyn. Oh, God's sake. Oh, I've got that image in my head now of someone doing it with Jeremy Corbyn. Take that image away, Lord, please, immediately. Oh, God. Anyway, that's all they went on about. On and on. Which door? Why did he come out the front door when he could... And I thought, is this a serious interview or some sort of... Is it April Fool's Day? Dreadful. They have these MPs on there and they either get on a question and they go on. And I've never seen such bad journalism and interviewing as I'm seeing in the papers and on the telly at this moment. If it's not him, you've got Piers Morgan, who does talk a lot of common sense. I still say that. Piers, he's not my cup of tea, but he talks a lot of common sense. If only he doesn't keep just shouting over everyone all the time. Gets on my bleeding nerves, he does. So that was the breakfast time this morning. And then Naga said something at the end. Oh, it was funny. I don't know if she meant to say it or not. Right. But basically, there was this story just before I came upstairs, and this was this morning. There was this story on breakfast time this morning, and it was a man who played walking football. Now, walking football is generally for those people not so fit, like older people, in their 60s and 70s, well, they can't run around the pitch like the delightful Cristiano Ronaldo or that other Portuguese player that I fancy. They can't run around the pitch, so they do walking football, which keeps you fit. Anyway, and he raised money or something for one of these heart defibrillator things, because at that age you can go at any time, dear. I'm sorry to tell you that. Anyone who's watching the show and is over 70, I hope you'll be with us next week. You know what I mean? Because you don't know. Anyway, so they bought this defibrillator thing, and he was part of the raising money, and it had to be used on him, apparently. He had a heart attack on the pitch while he was doing the football. Apparently he was walking around and suddenly became really lightheaded and then woke up in an ambulance. Yeah. But the point is, and then it told you a bit of his story and all that, and then then the camera cut to Naga, and she said, "That's a really heartfelt story, that is." I thought, do you realise what you just said? Of course, Charlie didn't get it. Miserable face, still sitting there. I think I've seen him smile once in all the years I've been watching him on BBC Breakfast. What a miserable git. He'd get on very well with that James O'Brien on LBC, wouldn't you? Imagine having James O'Brien around your house. You don't know who it is, do you? No, you don't need to either. He's a radio. He's on LBC. He did this chat show once on the telly. A bit like Trisha. We like Trisha. She's coming back, Trisha. A bit like Trisha, except he was really bad at it. I mean, really bad. He just didn't have control of the audience. What a miserable git. Isn't it awful to be miserable like that in life? Got to be happy, dear. Happy. Happy. Unless someone demoralises you, which happens sometimes. Or some people demoralise you. That happens. That happens sometimes. It happens to me sometimes. But you have to get over it. You have to get out of it. And you have to decide what you're going to do about it. And then you'll be back up there again, all right? So that's that. I had a very strange dream. See if you can work this one out. I've had a few very strange dreams over the last 2 days, to be honest. This is one of them, and that is, so I've got eggs in my pocket. Eggs. They weren't normal size eggs. They were smaller eggs for some reason. Little eggs. For some reason, I'm walking around with these eggs in my pocket. This is the only bit I can remember. And then I put my hand in my pocket. And little chicks are in my pocket. Little chickens. Little yellow chicks. And that's all I remember about that dream. Very windy outside. Can you hear that wind or not? Little chickens in my pocket. Put my hand in my pocket. And there were no more eggs anymore. Sorry, there were eggs. There were definitely eggs in my pocket. And then when I put my hand in my pocket after a while, I brought out loads of little yellow chicks. It's a nice little thing, isn't it? And I don't know what it means. It's not the only strange dream I had, but we've got so much to get through here. I don't dare do all of it, all right? George Bondi, will you be doing a Christmas show? Yes, of course, dear. There will be a Christmas show. Is that on a Saturday? What day is Christmas Day on? It's on a Friday. Christmas Day. I might do it Christmas Day. Might do it Christmas Day. Don't know. It's a bit early yet to... Oh, God, that's the tax I've got to pay. Oh, God. Oh, my God. January 2020. Oh, God. Please don't let me look at that figure. Oh, dear. Won't be so much next year, I'll tell you that now. No work. My DJ business is well in the red now. Well in the red. See, I've kind of got two businesses. There's the DJ business, right? Self-employed. And there's the property business. But one can't bail the other one out. Do you see what I mean? So if you was to make, I don't know, £100 loss on that and make a £200 profit on that, you couldn't take £100 off that to bail that out. So then you only pay tax on £100. You've got to pay your tax on that £200. And that one that's made the loss, the only way you can get that loss back is to carry on doing it, and then the year after you can claim back the money that you've lost on the next tax bill. That's how it works. But if you've got two things, one can't bail the other one out, unfortunately. So I'll still have a tax bill, but, you know, that's just how it is. Right, I think we got on to our little stories. I'm sure I had another bit of paper. Oh, here it is. Hang on a minute. Laughing story. Yes, laughing story. Laughing story. Baby has been gifted an adorable puppy for his birthday. Oh, do you like puppies? I'm a cat person, you know that. Gary the cat came into my house again. He keeps walking in now. He just walks into the kitchen. The towel goes up. He walks into the kitchen. Big ginger tomboy he is. And he is lovely. You can pick him up. He rubs his head against you. He's all round your legs. If you open your door in the morning and look out quickly, he comes running across from another house. Seriously. Yesterday, he came in the living room. He had a little look around, but then he went to come up the stairs. I stopped him going up the stairs. Can't have cats going up to my bedroom. But this little boy has got an adorable puppy. A family have shared their sweet moment. Their baby boy received a puppy for his birthday, and the pair instantly hit it off. There's something about animals and babies, isn't there? And small children. The dogs that my sisters had over the years, if there's been a small child in the house, have always sort of gone around the child and laid in front of them or made sure they were all right. I've seen this with cats as well. A little baby laying in a coffin, not a coffin. Perish the thought. A little baby laying in a cot, something like that. Cat comes and sits there. And I've seen a video of a baby crying before. Cat jumps up and looks at this baby like this. And its paw touches the boy's head or the girl. I don't know what it was actually, boy or girl's head. And the baby stops crying. And literally the cat is just touching it with its paw. And purrs and sends it off to sleep. There's nothing better than a cat purr to send you off to sleep. I've had it many, many times. It's wonderful. Right next to you on the bed. Next to your head. Cat purring straight off to sleep. Better than any sound you could imagine. Parents who are in the US have shared a clip of the adorable moment their son Frem, it's an unusual name, isn't it? Frem, was gifted a golden retriever puppy for his birthday. The little boy is placed on the floor in front of a present box, this is in the Daily Mirror, with a big bow around it. His dad helps him lift off the lid at the top to reveal the fluffy new friend inside. I hope there was holes in the box. Oh, bless it. The puppy lifts its head and lets out a little whine as the box is opened. I bet it was scared to death in a dark box. Frem, what's that? His mum asks, as the baby looks between the dog and her, wide-eyed in amazement. I'm now going to do wide-eyed in amazement for you. He then moves to stand directly in front of the puppy, holding tightly to the edges of the box before bursting into a fit of giggles at the noises the animal is making. The puppy, excited to meet his new pal, climbs up the side of the box to come face to face with Frem. Oh, I haven't got my blooming phone up here. I can't believe I haven't brought my phone up here to take a picture of this. Once out of the box, the puppy and the little boy quickly began playing on the floor, Frem laughing his head off the entire time. It's clear to all that they have hit it off right away and are destined to be best friends. So the little boy was laughing away. Isn't that a lovely story? That's the sort of story we want, isn't it, eh? Stuff like that. Absolutely. But it got me to thinking, the different types of laughter that we all hear. You know, I like to think that when I'm laughing, when I'm telling you stuff, that is a genuine laugh. But there's so many fake laughs. You've only got to turn on one of these commercial radio stations in the morning and hear the fake laughter coming from the presenters. Fake isn't the word for it, and I can spot it a mile off. You know, it's difficult to do a genuine laugh if you've not done anything funny, I suppose, really. I mean, I suppose I could look at my sister doing some lawn mowing again. That would make me laugh. I don't know. I can't do it. But there is different types of the fake laugh, you know, for like that. But my favourite type of laugh is evil laugh. Now, I would imagine someone like Rachel Wheatland would be very good at doing evil laughing because she's very much into witches and things. Evil laughing with an echo. And then there's that laugh that Dastardly does, you know, on Wacky Races. Oh no, it's Muttley, the dog in it. And then there's the so many different types of laugh. So many different types of laugh, don't you think? Try a little bit more often. It might make you a bit happier there. Mark Bowles says, that's pretty good, Mark. That's actually pretty... I wouldn't be surprised if you're bang on with that. I'd like to be bang on... Doesn't matter. Mark Bowles has just texted in. The chick hatching in the dream is a sign of the birth of a new idea or project. The radio thing? The egg hatching also includes the theme of being just started. All potentials can grow and develop in the future. Do you know, I think you're bang on with that. I reckon you're bang on with that, Mark. You've got to be there. Yeah, thanks for that. Rachel says, my laugh ends up with sounding like Marge Simpson. Oh, I know a lot of you like The Simpsons. I've never really watched much of that. I've seen the occasional programme, I must say, but not that often, you know. Old Marge Simpson, yeah. Perhaps I should watch them all. They're all up on the internet somewhere, aren't they? If you want to send in an email instead, you can do so, boys and girls, if you're sitting there at home. There's the email address there. I kept the texting thing there for you if you want to contact me directly, okay, during the show, and that's fine as well. All right, my love. What else have we got here? A couple more stories. Where do? Do you like drinking? Do you drink much? Are you a bit like I know Mark goes, oh, talking of drinking, I've upgraded my... you're going to love this. I was watching back on one of my shows, actually. Not that I'd sit there and watch myself endlessly, although, to be honest, I am the best thing on the television. As you well know. I am the best thing on the television. But I was a little bit concerned. I will watch it. Oh, by the way, do you like these? Look at this. I bought some of my orchids out. Now, a lot of these are from Maureen over the years. Certainly that little one there is. Do you like those? A little bit dim, aren't they, really? Are they a little bit dim, or can you see them all? Orchids, orchids, orchids. They're not the only ones. All my orchids have gone absolutely mad at the moment. There's some more over there. I don't know if you can see those. Yeah, you can. See the white ones there? Just there, the white ones. There we are. White ones. And there's some more pink ones down there. Yeah? And there's... I don't know if you can see the other ones there. No, you can't see those. This house at the moment is alive with orchids. I don't know why. They must particularly like this time of the year because they weren't there in the summer. But we have 3 orchid plants there. I thought I'd put those behind me now. Okay, 2 of those are from Maureen. And they're just fantastic, aren't they? Beautiful, beautiful. But yeah, back to this story here. Drinks in the pubs. Oh, no, hang on a minute. What did I go on to after that? Drinks, Mark. Oh, I've forgotten now. It's gone. I've jumped too many stories at the same time. Yeah, drink. Are you one of those people who drinks a lot? Are you like Mark Bowles? He'll go out on a Saturday and get absolutely slaughtered, which I'll be honest with you, that's how I'd like him to be. Or are you someone who perhaps has a little glass of wine for your dinner now and again, and everything in between? I rarely drink. If I go out for an afternoon tea, and the last one I went out with was with Adam when we went to Coke. I've been to 2 this year. That's it. 2. I'll have a glass or maybe 2 of champagne. Now, I must warn you, if we're at an afternoon tea together, I have 2 glasses of champagne. That's it, mate. I'm all over the place. I'm happy, laughy, a bit like that. Okay? 2 is absolute limit. And it has to be that really nice Lauren Rosé. Oh, that is nice, dear. Don't buy the cheap stuff. Hurts your throat as it goes down. I'm thinking again of Mark Poles for some reason. I don't know why. But if you've ever had, this is in the sun, if you've ever had one too many drinks at the pub and regretted it, a new machine built by scientists in Canada could help. The mask helps boozers sober up 3 times faster than they would naturally, according to research published on Thursday, promising to erase the blunder of having overdone it the night before. Oh, that's what I was going to tell you. I've upgraded my water drinking. That's what I was going to tell you. Wrong picture. There we are. I used to sit here with an old plastic Starbucks mug. Not anymore. Thank you very much, darlings. I think this is more in keeping with the quality of this particular programme, don't you? The plastic cup has gone, boys and girls. We've upgraded ourselves to a little crystal glass. I think it's crystal. Is that crystal? How can you tell? And these, I have a set of these, one of which is broken. These were given to me when I left British Telecom. I had the most marvellous job with them as a telephone engineer. I loved it. Mark Bowles is doing telecommunications at the moment. It was a wonderful job. There's a lot of camaraderie going on there with myself and the other blokes. Well, we were all boys at that time. We were all in our... Most of us were young 20s. Our little vans going out. It was the most fantastic job. It really was. And at the end of it, when someone leaves, they all put some money in, including the governor, and they all turn up at a pub. And someone gets a present. In this case, me, and I got a set of these. They're very special to me, that was. So we've upgraded. Well, perhaps I should display it there for you. How's that working? Is that working for you there, like that? I promise you there is only water in there, no champagne. Anyway, this new mask, they bought a mask. The mask helps boozers sober up 3 times faster than they would naturally, according to research published on Thursday, promising to erase the blunder of having overdone it on a night where... It's a mask, you put it on. You put it on. Most people have had the feeling of drinking too much and wishing they had not had the last few drinks and were more sober. Obviously, we would not recommend drinking too much, but as a rule of thumb, this machine halves the amount of alcohol in someone's system within 45 minutes, instead of the 2 to 3 hours it usually takes on average. Isn't that good? How clever is that? The bright blue booze buster, and it's a mask, consists of a briefcase-sized tank of carbon dioxide, which is connected to the mask by a long tube. Wearers breathe hard and fast into it. Could you send me an audio clip of you doing that, please, Mark? Oh, please send me an audio clip of that. If you could make it 2 minutes long, that would just be enough for me to listen to. Wearers breathe hard and fast into it, expelling alcohol from their blood in the process. Why not just slit your wrists and be done with it? That's got to be fairly quick, isn't it? Of emptying yourself from the alcohol. Slit your wrists. Huffing and puffing after a few pints would normally make you feel dizzy or faint. But the device helps prevent this. That's why it provides the wearer with carbon dioxide, which they would otherwise lose too quickly when hyperventilating, causing lightheadedness. I used to be very lightheaded when I used to go out clubbing in the 90s. It was a fabulous experience. The contraption was developed to help people recover more quickly from anaesthetics or treat carbon monoxide poisoning. However, the boffins behind it say it can be used to pull sozzled drinkers out of a booze-fuelled haze. Are you having a booze-fuelled haze at the moment? At this time of the morning? Please, dear. 5 people given half a glass of vodka tested the invention as part of a small initial study published in the journal Scientific Reports. So that's a good thing. That might get you out of the old drunken state earlier. Couldn't you there? All right. Who's that from there? I don't know who that's from there. Someone sent in a picture. Oh, I didn't put those on there. Is that Leslie? Is that you, Leslie, sent that in there? Leslie sent in a picture. I haven't put that on the system, unfortunately. I'll try and get that on for you for the next show. All right, Leslie? I think that's you, Leslie. I'm not quite sure. You can tell by wetting your finger around the rim of the glass. It will make a tune. Oh. Does it have to be empty? Oh, let's try it again. Something wrong with this glass. No tune coming out of that, is there, my love? Yes, it is Leslie in Northern Ireland. Thank you, Leslie. I'll do that on the next show, my darling. Sorry, I didn't know you wanted to have your picture shown. I usually wait until someone asks, because sometimes you might show a picture and people don't want it. Do you know what I mean? And I wouldn't want to do that. So I'll do that for you next time, Leslie. All right, my love. Sherry, DMP, needs one more subscriber to reach 300. So do try that out, my darling. All right. There you go. Have a look at Sherry DMP's channel there. What's the time? Oh, it's 11:15. I think we'll have to finish up shortly. I just want to, let's just do one more story then. If you've got any more messages, I'll come to you. Thank you, Leslie. Yeah, I'll do that for you next week. Sorry, darling. I didn't know you wanted me to show that. Well, I'll certainly do that for you on next Saturday morning's show, my love, okay? Fine. Two more stories. The lead story, I should have done this right at the beginning, actually. Walker's Crisps. Walker's Crisps. Now, you saw the thing, didn't you? You saw the little YouTube thumbnail of 2 pictures of Monster Munch. Now, this is very, very important. I should have done this at the start of the show. I forgot. Very, very important. In the Daily Mirror, you're about to find something out that you probably didn't know. Like the whole of this show. Very informative. This programme should be like educational on the school curriculums, I reckon. Yes. I think people in secondary schools should be able to take a course on Chris Reardon's United Kingdom Talk. It could be a new thing that they do in the universities as well as those other studies. Useless studies at university. Oh no, they don't do science and English anymore, these kids. They do stuff like media studies. I mean, what's that? It's exactly the same as I'm doing here. They look at a few news stories and comment on them. That's it, isn't it? Well, there was one bloke on the telly the other day, apparently, I read this in the newspaper, who went on the Bradley Walsh, excellent Bradley Walsh catchphrase, catch up, or what's he do? Quiz show he does on ITV. And it's like, what do you do? I'm at university doing queer studies. Queer studies. What the hell is that? Of what use is that going to be in the outside world? Which is a word, I have to say, I hate that word, queer. I really hate that word. It's a horrible word. But that's what he's doing. Queer studies at university. I'm trying to think of what particular job in life that would help him. That would help him for, and it's beyond me. There's all these various different things you can do at university. You know, you pay your £9,000, you can do what you damn well like. They're not interested in you. They just want the money in. These universities are just businesses now. They can't be bothered. And this programme, I think, should be a university degree. You get a good degree on Chris Reardon's United Kingdom Talk. I think that's an excellent idea. Anyway, back to this story. In the Daily Mirror, Walker's Crisps have finally put an end to a debate which has been raging for years. I'm now going to do you a raged look. The iconic Munster Munch shape is not a monster. It is a claw with 4 fingers. You didn't know that, did you? You thought it was a monster, didn't you? You thought it was a little face of a monster with funny hair. No, it's a claw. It says, with fans fiercely divided over the true identity of the crisps, Walker's last month released limited edition monster packs containing new innovative monster shapes alongside opposing claw shapes. Some fans even claim the monster-shaped snacks tasted better than the claws in a bid to sway public opinion. We're not fooled by you people. In reality, the crisps inside both packs were the same identical crisps they have always been, and the only difference between the two was the new packaging that they came in. But as the move fired up the debate again, Walker's put it to the fans to finally have a decisive say on the official shape with a poll on social media. More than 60,000 people had their... I mean, how sad must you be to respond to something like that? These are the people... Listen, boys and girls. These are the people, they sit there on the internet all day, every day. And that's all they do. What can I comment on now? And they've seen this advert or this thing about Walker's Crisps, and they've responded to it. More than 60,000 of them. 60,000 people had their say in the most important vote of the year, gaining 220,000 interactions from passionate supporters from both sides, with the claw shape emerging the winner. I mean, how sad must you be to go on a Walker's website and answer the question, is this a claw or is this a monster face? Good morning to Mandy Davenport joining us this morning. Morning, Mandy. Sorry, why hasn't that come up earlier? 1 minute. Have I missed anyone else out? It's there. Oh, good morning to Adam the plumber. Oh, I've missed a few people out here. Look. Sorry about that. Said hello to you. Yeah. Done that. Diane, Jeb. Yeah, we're there. 2 people there. Will Robinson at Walker's Snack says, claw or monster is a debate that has continued to divide the British opinion as much as whether or not to put your jam or cream on your scone first. By the way, it's scone, not scone. 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 It's not. How can it be scone? Oh, that's gone, isn't it? Gone, as in someone has gone. Oh, they've scone. He's gone. He's gone. Can't be scone. How can it be scone? It's scone. Therefore, this Walker's bloke says, we felt it was only right to settle the debate once for all through launching our monster and claw-shaped packs and asking the fans to decide. And now they have spoken. The fans have spoken. So moving forwards, it won't be open to debate. They are officially claw-shaped forevermore or until our innovation team gets restless. Are you feeling a bit restless at the moment? Are you? The people have spoken, so if you voted monster, please accept defeat graciously, as there will not be a recount nor an investigation into polling, no matter how many times you demand it on Twitter. There you go. They are claws. Those things on those Walker packets are claws. And talking about accepting defeat graciously, Donald Trump, please, dear, You are making yourself look very, very silly. Time to go, dear. Honestly. He was on the telly again last night. Did you see him? Donald Trump was on there last night. And he was doing this whole thing, and it was important stuff, all about the virus. On and on about the virus and how it's all going to dramatically improve soon. He still won't go. I've never seen anything like it. That's what you call a bad loser, isn't it? A bad loser. And to be fair, that runs all the way down these days. From the President of the United States. It's time to go, mate. Come on. Move over, dear. Let the new one take over. If you'd have won, fair enough. But you didn't. Bye-bye. Next. It's a bit like that at karaoke competitions, you know. Dreadful. Dreadful. Someone wins and other people storm out because they think they should have won. Absolutely pathetic. Pathetic. Go great. I mean, where's the sportsmanship here? I know he's like a president. For Christ's sake, can we have a bit of sportsmanship there as well, please? I was going to show you this. Harry Styles is wearing a dress. He's got some funny ideas with his dress, but you know what I say? Each and every one to their own. In the Daily Mail this morning, Harry Styles has made history by becoming the first ever male cover of US Vogue in its 127-year-old history. And I should blooming well think so as well, girls. Come on. You want all this equality? We're happy. You should have equality. But it's got to work the other way as well. Even now, I expect my sister is expected Martin to appear in the kitchen and take over kitchen and ironing duties immediately. And she will go and do and build the houses. Got to be equality. And Vogue needs to have half of the people on there as males. Absolutely. Anyway, the fashion-conscious singer wears a Gucci dress for the groundbreaking shot, compete with lace overlay and a low neckline. Now, what do you think of this? Here's little bless his heart, Harry Styles. Now, why isn't he looking very happy in that? We've seen him wear some very, very strange clothes. They call it fashion. I call it looking very strange. But, like I say, each and every one to their own. Whatever you want to wear is fine by me. We all know about Mark Bowles and his suspenders. Probably Gary Ross is sitting there at this moment in a pair of lace-frilly knickers from France. The engaging image captures Harry, 26, wearing the blue garment beneath an adronymous black blazer as he blows a balloon a long stretch of open grassland visible to his rear. That's not the picture you can see there. This is the one on the front of what's it called again? What's that magazine called? Vogue magazine. How much is that then? I bet that's about a tenner. Tenner for a magazine, dear. Not the same as when I used to buy Lookin' back in the 1970s. Lookin'! Harry says clothes are there to have fun with and experiment with and play with when you take them away. There's clothes for men and there's clothes for women. Once you remove any barriers, obviously you can open up the arena in which you can play. Perhaps I should order something like this to wear on the show. What do you think? Can you see me in a little dress like Harry Styles is wearing there? Does that work for you? Trouble is, I don't usually bother on my bottom half, as you well know. I'm sitting here tonight in a pair of trackies. I don't mind admitting that to you, my love. Why bother? You can't see him. God knows what Hugh Edwards wears underneath that desk when he's reading the 10 o'clock news. Gareth Loxton says, good morning, Chris. Is there a problem with the online chat? No, not at all. We don't have it anymore. I found it very disrupted and very upsetting. So no, there is no online chat anymore. That doesn't mean you can't text the show, because you can, as you just done. 07551 259 675. Shall we carry on with these stories? I don't know, really. It's quite late now, isn't it? It's quite late. No, I think we're going to bring ourselves to a little close here now, boys and girls. And before we go today, I got some very sad news last night. Those of you that play the bingo on a Sunday night will know Yvonne Lemmon. And I was sitting here last night, literally 3 minutes before the radio show started, and I got a friend request from someone called Mandy. Mandy sent me this message asking me if I was the bloke who does the bingo, and I'm like, yes. I'm sorry to tell you that Yvonne had died, and she died yesterday morning, and it's incredibly sad, really. We didn't expect that, and that sort of news just comes completely out of the blue. And I was really saddened to hear that. She used to be here mainly on Sunday nights. She occasionally, very occasionally, popped up on the chat shows in the morning. Very, very rare, though. Very, very rare. But she'd often be there, although not every week, on the bingo shows on a Saturday night. And she was always telling us about trips to the doctors and things like that. And I'd be sitting there and say, come on, Yvonne, then. Tell us about your trips to the doctors. Where are you going this week? How many appointments? And she'd tell us. She'd tell us about her doctor's appointments, and I'd wind her up. And then I think on the last show, she was talking about another appointment there. I said, Yvonne's there. She's permanently at the doctor's. When she comes out of an appointment, she then goes outside the door and stands outside the door waiting for the next one to go back in again. And she did seem to have quite a lot of medical problems. But I don't think we expected her to go suddenly like that. And we lost her yesterday morning. The lovely Yvonne Lemmon. There's a little picture of her here. One thing on the bingo. She really wanted to win one of our mugs. We had mugs. We've run out now, unless there's one up at the caravan, which there possibly is. She really, really wanted to win a mug. And for weeks and weeks, she was playing this bingo. And every week in the chat, she would say, I really hope I win the mug today. Now, the bingo, as you know, and the quiz, they're both on hold at the moment. But when we were doing the bingo, I cannot make someone win. It's just not possible. Okay? But sometimes you see someone like that who really, really wants something, and they're nice, then a nice person, you know, a nice person, and you want them to win, but she didn't, and it went for weeks and weeks and weeks. And then about 2 or 3 weeks ago, she won it. I think it was one of the bingo shows from the caravan. She won the bingo, and she was and I was over the moon as well. If you were with us for that particular show, you will know that because you would have seen that. I was absolutely over the moon that she had won that mug because she wanted to. She really wanted it. It's not a monetary thing for her. You know, she wouldn't have been one of those people collecting stuff because one day they think I'm going to be famous, which is not going to happen, right? One day I'm going to be famous and then they'll be able to sell it on eBay for 50 quid. She's not one of them. She wanted to win the mug. And she won it. And she sent in a picture, which I haven't showed you yet. But I think I can show it to you now. There she is. And she was so pleased to win that. Yvonne Lemmon. I think we'll miss her on the Sunday night bingo, won't we, eh? Oh, she had a cup of tea out of that. Well, we lost her yesterday morning, very, very sadly. If you were with us on the radio show last night, you'd already know that. But thought I'd better bring you that very sad news today, boys and girls, okay? So, I'd like to dedicate this entire show to the memory of Yvonne Lemmon. Thanks so much for joining us on the show today, boys and girls. The next chat show will be with you next Saturday morning. We're once a week now, okay? Once a week with a live Saturday chat show on Saturday mornings, okay? But I'll be doing my radio show The next one of those, remember the radio shows are all over the place at the moment, will be on Monday morning at 10 o'clock. Monday morning at 10 o'clock. So once again, I'd like to dedicate this entire show today to the memory of Yvonne Lemmon. See you again next Saturday at 10 o'clock. Thanks for watching and listening. Bye-bye now.